Education. It gives me great pleasure to welcome you, dear esteemed participants, respected academicians, researchers, librarians, and information professionals to this important seminar on building strong online presence, skills and techniques for research and publication activities. In the digital age, having great research without an online presence is like winking in the dark. You know what you're doing, but no one else does. We are living in an era where scholarly communication extends far beyond printed journals and conference halls. Today, it is equally important to strategically share, promote, and position our research in the digital landscape, making it visible, accessible, and impactful. This is especially crucial for higher education institutions and everyone associated with them. As you may already know, this webinar is particularly designed for educators, academicians, researchers, and librarians. It focuses on simple, achievable, and effective visibility techniques that can enhance the reach of your scholarly contributions. It is not just about publishing, but also about being seen, cited, and creating a meaningful academic footprint. By improving the visibility of our work, we not only make it accessible to a broader audience, but also open up new avenues for collaboration, funding, and future research. The scholarly community today must embrace the idea of building a strong online identity, not just to showcase individual accomplishments, but also to contribute meaningfully to the global body of knowledge. When done rightly, this approach generates a positive impression of our scholarly efforts and paves the way for larger academic conversations and progress. This seminar is designed to equip you all with the skills and strategies needed to enhance your visibility in the digital realm, whether through scholarly publications, professional networking, or the effective use of online platforms. You will discuss emerging trends and share experiences that will empower you to make a greater impact in your research and professional activities. On this note, I welcome, thank, and appreciate our resource person, Professor Dr. Santosh Hulagbali, Director, KRC Haryana Central University, for so wholeheartedly accepting our invitation for conducting this session on his area of expertise. I would like to place on record the effort and dedication of our librarians, Dr. Shakuntala Nigot and Dr. Pradnya Bonsle, that has gone into planning, organizing, and hosting this webinar on a need-based theme which is of prime importance in the arena of research and publication. I thank each one of you for being here, for your passion for learning, and for your continued commitment to excellence. Let's make this seminar an engaging, insightful, and an inspiring experience for all. Once again, I warmly welcome you all and look forward to a productive and engaging session. Thank you.
Thank you very much, ma'am. Thank you very much. Some guests are not guests. We feel they are our family member. Similarly, Dr. Santosh sir, though he is working for the University of Haryana, as a Mumbaikar, he is really close to our heart. He is ideal of sharing of knowledge. Today, he is our resource person, so I request Dr. Shakuntala Nigot to introduce our guest.
Thank you, ma'am Pradnya. It's my proud privilege to introduce today's resource person and one of my professional gurus, Dr. Santosh CH. Yes, I was fortunate to be his student in 4th COIST course run by him, which helped me a lot in my PhD. Sir Santosh is gold medalist in Library and Information Science and PhD holder from University of Mumbai. With additional qualifications in journalism and management, he brings a rich blend of academic and professional experience. Sir began his career at RBI's IGIDR and British Council Library, later serving as librarian at Nagindas Khandwala College, Mumbai for 13 years. Currently, he is University Librarian at Central University of Haryana, where he also holds key positions such as Director of Publication Division, Chairperson of Media and Outreach, and Senior Coordinator of Office of International Affairs, among others. A dynamic speaker and a passionate blogger, Dr. Santosh has delivered over 250 invited talks. His blogs are featured on the London School of Economics Impact blog, and his interview of Peter Subers is hosted on Harvard University's website. Recently, he was invited to Cambridge University for a professional exchange. Given his deep involvement in research visibility and scholarly communication, he is truly the right person to guide us on today's theme, building a strong online presence in research and publication activities. Sir, we now humbly invite you to kindly take over the session. We are eager to learn from your insights. Over to you, sir.
Yeah, thank you so much, ma'am. Hope my voice is clearly audible.
Yes, sir. Yes.
So thank you so much for the wonderful introduction. I'm indeed honored and privileged to be associated with the colleges of Mumbai. I left Mumbai in 2020, but you did not leave me. So from 2020 onwards, we started a lot of online initiatives or activities. So through that, I started connecting with colleges of Mumbai. So it's always pleasure and privilege to be associated with colleges and universities of Mumbai. And I usually do not reject or do not say no to anybody who is calling me from Maharashtra or Mumbai. So thank you so much for the warmth. So before I begin, I deem it my privilege to thank the most respected principals of both the colleges, the prestigious colleges, Professor D'Souza ji and Professor Kadle ji of St. Teresa Institute of Education and Surajba College of Education for giving me an opportunity to be one of the person to speak. I should not say that I'm a resource person. I'm just a person because I also want to learn from all of you. So thank you so much for giving me this opportunity. And also I compliment both the principals that they are valuing the library and importance of library, because these kind of events that really indicate how the administration is very much supporting the library activities, and also they support the librarian initiative. So such support and guidance, help, cooperation from the administration is very much required for the library, because libraries need to sustain, libraries need to get the value that they deserve, because we are living in such age wherein we are very much distracted by different kind of information sources. But libraries are such centers which are really, we usually say that it is heart of the institution. Really, we should articulate that this is really a heart of institution, and that is the responsibility of all the stakeholders of the academic institution, especially the administrators and the library professionals. So once again, I thank and compliment both the principals for organizing this national webinar. And also I put it on record, the efforts put in by both the dynamic librarians. They called me dynamic, but they are dynamic because I still remember when I joined Central University of Haryana in 2020 in February, Dr. Shakuntala, she contacted me and she said that, no, we want to invite you for a workshop or a seminar and you need to physically come here and deliver lectures. Then I said that it is a very tough time we are all going through, then it is not possible. So that was the connection. She is always appreciating all the good work I am doing, because I am also learning from different sources, different persons. So whatever I have learned, I am sharing my ideas and perspectives in these kind of events. So I appreciate the efforts of Dr. Shakuntala Nigot, and also I appreciate our senior library professional, Dr. Pradnya Bosekar, very kind-hearted librarians, very, you can say, workaholic librarians. So thank you so much for all the appreciation and also this opportunity. So I also welcome all the participants who are coming from different organizations and different institutes and different states to learn something or other from this particular webinar. And I'm sure you all are going to carry something or other from this particular webinar, and also you are going to implement. I'm very much sure that whatever you are going to learn from this particular webinar, you are definitely going to put it into practice. And in that way, you are going to bring visibility to your own personality and your own personal profile. And also, at the same time, you will bring laurels to your institution, because institution is above than us, because that is because of the institution we all are surviving, we all are working. So we need to work for both personal achievement as well as institutional achievement. So with this, I'll share my presentation, then we'll start discussing on the topic that is assigned to me today. So just give me 10 seconds, I'll be sharing my presentation. Shakuntala madam, could you please confirm whether my screen is visible?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So once again, I thank all the organizing team members and also the faculty, non-teaching staff of both the colleges, and also I welcome all the participants to this national webinar. So friends, we are going to discuss on a very interesting topic, not because I am dealing with this topic, but because we need to be visible in some extent, or you can say to some extent we need to be visible because of various reasons, because we want to be an academic celebrity in our own way, because we can't become a celebrity because you can see the cricketers or politicians or other people who become celebrity because of their work. Similarly, we also should become academic celebrity. So that is the mission of this particular presentation. So you may be an academic celebrity within your organization or outside the organization. It is all testing of our skills. It's all testing of our knowledge. It's all testing of our hardworking nature. So that really reflects as what kind of academic celebrity I have become. So friends, today we are going to discuss on why this online presence is required. You may be having this query that why offline presence is not required. So when I say online presence, that doesn't mean that within the organization physically you should not be that present. That doesn't mean that. Means you should be present in the organization physically. You deal with different kind of officers and the staff and the users and students, researchers. So there also your presence is very, very important, and you should leave your presence felt there also. But here our focus is on the online resources in this particular national webinar. So I just want to reiterate that our presence is required both physically and online. So if you read a book called Catalyst, I strongly recommend all of you to please read it, especially those who want to start their career or who want to build their career or who are already in the profession. I request them to please read. Chandramouli has written this book, that is Catalyst. So he talks about internal impact and external impact. So internally, you should create some impact in the organization as how valuable your service is, how valuable your presence as an employee in the organization. And also outside the organization, you should be known by your own circle. I'm not saying that you should be popular, you should be a celebrity kind of a person. Everybody should call you by name, everybody should recognize you. It's not like that. A small circle, a small network is also enough to recognize your work. So you will be known by your work, not by your face, how you look, how you dress, how you walk, how you talk. It's not about that. It's about what kind of work you are doing and what mission you have inside you and what kind of achievements you want to achieve or you want to reach. So that is very, very important. So in that light, so we are going to discuss on how we need to build a strong online presence. So what is weak presence and what is strong presence, that we'll see in this particular presentation. So some basic skills are required and basic techniques are required to amplify our research and publication activities. That doesn't mean that we are ignoring the teaching activity. So even teaching, research, publication, all these three components are very, very important. So in this presentation, what I'm going to cover, I'm going to discuss about what is this online visibility. So what does it mean exactly? What is visibility and what is this presence? And why this presence or visibility is required for a researcher, an educator, or an administrator or a librarian. So why this visibility is required, that we'll discuss in this presentation. And also what is required to be present online. So if you want to be visible online, so what is required? So as Professor D'Souza ji in her introductory remarks, she clearly mentioned that how we should have our present. That is not about showcasing what we have achieved. It's not going to somebody and telling them that this is what I have achieved or this is what I have implemented. It's not about that. It should be very, very organic, and it should be based on the organic principle, in the sense it should be natural process to reach out to the stakeholders as what you are contributing, what you are doing. And why you need to have that intention to reach out, that's also very, very important. And we'll be discussing about that, means what kind of intention you should have to reach out to your stakeholders. So to be present online or to achieve this visibility, what all things are required and how we should go about it. This is what we are going to discuss in this presentation and in this lecture. And that is the reason this particular webinar is organized by St. Teresa Institute of Education and Surajba College of Education. So what are the benefits of this? Who is going to get benefit of my visibility or your visibility? If the librarian is quite visible online, is he going to get credit alone, or institution also gets the credit, or the entire library staff, they get the credit, or entire library as one of the units of the college or the university gets credit? So this is what is very, very important, and we are going to discuss about that. So friends, before we start, the very, very important question is this presentation for you or not? So this is a very, very important question. So you all need to take a pause and just reflect or introspect as whether this presentation is meant for you or not, because you all have registered and you all want to learn something about online presence or visibility. So the question is whether I'm the right person to learn about this presence. Is it really required for me? Because I'm a student, I'm a researcher, I'm an educator, I'm an administrator, I'm a librarian. So is it really required for me? So that question you need to keep on asking yourself even after this lecture, as why I should have my visibility as a researcher, as a student, because that is very, very important, and will also justify as why this visibility is required. So friends, in the society, you can see two kind of persons, okay? The first person who is not talented, not working very hard, not serious about his work, not sincere, you can't expect integrity from him or her. So that person is showcasing as if he has done or she has done a lot of work. So you can see that kind of personalities or persons in the society. You can also see another kind of a person who is very, very sincere, hardworking, very humble, approachable, but he doesn't talk about his achievement. He doesn't talk about himself because he is an introvert, or he may be an extrovert, but he doesn't show off what he has achieved or what he has contributed or what he is doing that is really considered as the best practice or best work. So you can see these kind of classifications you are seeing in your life, in your professional life. You are seeing these two kind of category. Now the second question you all need to introspect as where do you lie, what kind of person you are. You are an introvert person or an extrovert person. You may be both introvert, you may be an extrovert person, but you are not showcasing what you are doing. But another person, he is or she is showcasing unnecessarily, which is not necessary. And the people, the opposite person, clearly understand that he just showing off. He doesn't have any insight. He doesn't have any personal opinion or personal insight or experience or talent or whatever you can say. So that we all need to understand as what kind of person I am. And you just take a note of it that the education sector requires such kind of a person who is very hardworking, and moreover, he should be or she should be service oriented person. So that is what is required, because this is a wonderful, you can say, profession. It's a service oriented profession, whether you are on the helm of affairs or you are as a librarian or you are as a teacher or a student or researcher. You all are associated with academic institution, and this is a noble profession, I should say. So we need to be very, very service oriented, and that requires a lot of best qualities from your side to contribute effectively. So friends, this quote I need to share with all of you because that is really relevant for this particular presentation. So this is a popular quote by Bruce Lee. He says, if I tell you I am good, probably you will say I am boasting about myself. But if I tell you I am not good, you will know I am lying. So that means whatever you do, people have opinion, they have comment about your work. Whether you do good work or you do bad work, they have their own interpretation, they have their own comments on that. But you need to see that as whether these comments are valid, whether these are really important for my growth. So you need to check, you need to keep check and balance of that. So you should not pay attention to such kind of negative comments because you know your value very well. So that is very, very important. So knowing yourself is very, very important. Then you can build your own visibility, both physically and online. So friends, the study shows that many studies, they show that many people are wanting to see how you are looking and what kind of achievements you have, or and which institution you are working. So people tend to see these information sources from Google or any other search engine. So this is a popular quote, your personal brand is not what you say online, it's what Google says about you, because they tend to search online. Say for example, a committee is coming to your organization and you are not knowing those personalities who is coming to your organization. So you can easily search online, you can get their profile. Nowadays it's very easy to get because majority of the academicians are there either on LinkedIn or Facebook, or they have their presence on their website. So like that. So this means that somewhere some people are searching about us, they want to know about us, and this is a proven fact that 90 to 93% of the people or the users, they go to search engines to find out about the institution or about the person. And that kind of impression, when they read, they will get a perspective, or they'll get a perception about that institution or a personality whom they are looking for. So here I am just giving an example of Martin Paul Eve. When I search his name on Google, so I could get a lot of links, and these links are very, very organic, I should say. Organic in the sense he has not deliberately worked on showing off a particular link here. So you can see his first link is his website, right? His, again, the second link is also website, and this is taking to his organization or some other organizations. He's working with the University of London. So what we understand that, but from that particular profile, is that when you search your own name on Google or any other search engine, so you need to observe as whether your name is showcased on those results or your name is appearing in the results or not, that you need to check. So that will give a very basic idea that your presence is there, in the sense your visibility is there, but you can easily assess or understand that what kind of visibility I have. So is Google showing Facebook page first, or LinkedIn page first, or your personal website page first, or your institutional website? So that will give you an idea that where you lie in this particular visibility world. So that will give you an understanding that you need to work even harder to be visible. So visibility, having the intention to be visible, is not at all a bad idea, because it should be there, because people are wanting to see you, people are wanting to follow you, people want to see you as a model. So this is what we are going to discuss. We'll also understand about that. Now you can see this showroom here. I'm just giving an example. You can see the showroom here, and this is Kia Motors. I'm not promoting this car. I'm just giving an example. So I just want your response to this particular image. I just want to want your answers in 1 or 2 words. So why this showroom is built? Because this is the car that is produced by Kia company. So why they are not just selling out from their production house, from their company, from their the factory? Why they are showcasing these cars? And you can't see the warehouse here. It is just a showroom. Quickly, if you could please put in the chat box 1 or 2 words why showroom is required. why showroom is required for this company, wherein they have put in different cars that they produce. So if you could please put your answer in chat box, why this is required, why they are displaying these cars in the showroom. I just want to see the chat box. I want to see 1 or 2 words just describing why it is required. So Chitraji, she says that it should be displayed, means all models should be displayed so that people can see that. And Malkarji, she says that showroom is required to be visible so that people can see the models. Right? Any other answers? Any other answers, differing answers? Why the showroom is required? So Sonia ji, she says that better visibility is required of different models of cars, of consumers. And Shakuntala ji, she says that it is a band visibility. And Alka ji, she says that to attract. This is very interesting word, attract. And also to showcase credibility. Shakuntala ji, she says credibility, to showcase the credibility. So in Kannada, Divakar ji has written Pradarshisuke, means it is to display and also to advertise. Roshni ji, Mahesh ji, it's a marketing strategy. So friends, you already know why visibility is required. You have already answered. In your answer, I can understand that you have clearly understood why visibility is required. And Sumaya ji says that for proper visibility and show authenticity, as you can go for test drive also. So that is what authenticity is. So thank you so much for responding to the question and your active participation. So friends, this is required because to create an awareness that this kind of a company is there and this kind of a model is there, and these are the features of these cars and these are the best products. You can see, you can drive and you can compare, you can see the catalog, you can interact with the salesperson or sales executive. So that creates an awareness, even including the advertisements. These create an awareness about the product, and then that translate into consumption or use. It could be a test drive or they may be going for purchase. So before they go for purchase, they decide whether to go for it or not. So awareness, decision making, and then consumption. These 3 things are very, very important, and that applies to us also. Because when you introduce any service from the library, you need to create an awareness about that. Because so that let people see that and they decide whether to consume this or whether to utilize this service or not, whether to be part of that particular library service or not. So if they become the part of that, then they have consumed that, they have used that, then they have the opinion, they have the feedback about that service. So friends, this showcasing is a deliberate practice, and it has to be a deliberate practice, and it is inevitable. Why it is inevitable? Because as I told you in the beginning, the good people who are working very hard, they need to showcase what they are doing. And the world badly requires good people to change the society or reform the society. Reform in the sense they should not start from the scratch, but to spread positivity. That is what is required. So it is a deliberate practice. It is inevitable for all the professionals, even researchers, that they need to showcase. Here in the perspective of researchers and students, what is inevitable for them? Inevitable means what kind of research they are doing, what kind of books they are reading. They need to showcase, they need to talk about that. They need to discuss with their friends, they need to tell. So that is very, very important. So for professionals, teachers, and even librarians, it is a deliberate practice. It is inevitable because we are living in such group wherein you can see the negative people or positive people, wherein some people are spreading positivity, some are not spreading positivity. And third thing is that it requires self-effort. You need to put in effort. You can't say that, no, I have done something, I have introduced something, and I have created awareness, but I'm least bothered about how it is going on or how it is really received by the users. So it requires self-effort from your side to see all the aspects of that service that you have devised or introduced. So that is very, very important. Now, before I actually start this presentation, because I'm setting a background, because you need to be convinced as why this presence is required, because that is my job. The organizers have called me for this lecture because I need to justify, I need to talk about this, and I need to justify also why this really works for you and why it is really going to work for you if you follow some simple steps. That is very, very important. Now, second corporate example I want to give is, If you see any company, any corporate sector, they have different units in their corporate company, whether it is Google or Facebook or even your organization, Mumbai University or your own college. They have a setup, they have a system. You have establishment, examination section, library, and the sports and incubation center, so engineering workshops. So these kind of units are there in the organization. Similarly, if you see the corporate sector, they have marketing, advertising, with R&D, and product launching or product research. So different kind of people who are working in this organization. Now, friends, please pay attention to this, that many of the international organizations, they have introduced a post called Research Impact Manager. They have Office of Scholarly Communication. So yesterday I was delivering a lecture in one of the conclaves organized by JSS University, Noida. So wherein I was focusing my lecture on these aspects only, as how scholarly communication is really valued in the international universities. I'm not generalizing it. I'm not saying that all the international universities are really ahead than us. I'm not saying that. But some key or some very, very highly performing universities are following certain best practices, and they are working very hard in making the or spreading the research that is going on in their organization. So they have Office of Scholarly Communication, and I request all of you to please note that these Office of Scholarly Communication, 90% of these Office of Scholarly Communications are being managed by the library professionals. So that is really a proud feeling for us and proud moment for us that these Office of Scholarly Communication are maintained or managed by the library professionals. So we must thank the university or college authorities for trusting the library professionals and their capabilities. So you have a lot of capacity, you have a lot of talent, you can do wonders in the academic ecosystem of your own organization. So research impact managers, these are the posts that are created in the organization so that they work on what is being produced in the organization and how they can reach out to the stakeholders to spread that research finding. And also, friends, if you see the job market, whether it is corporate or academic, people are searching online to find out how the candidate is, how he, what kind of caliber he has, what kind of content is available about him, and what kind of activities he is involved in. So there could be any particular information related to that, because if somebody gets to know his activities on LinkedIn or any other platform, they get to understand that, okay, this is the person, he's liking these pages, he's online activities like this. That gives some indication that what kind of person he is. And I'm really serious, because this is really being practiced, especially even the funders also, they tend to see how you look and what kind of credentials you have put in, or what kind of content you have developed and put it online. Although they have your CV, although they can access your website, but they also want to see you, how informally you communicate and what kind of connections you have. So that's very, very important. So friends, that's the reason we need to start our visibility journey from a very simple step, having a very, very good, well-prepared profile. It should have a decent photograph and very, very simple and very attractive. When I say attractive, means it should not be that colorful. So it should be simple, very, very appealing. So you need to have a profile. I request you to prepare 3 kinds of profile. These are basic profile that you can take print out also. One is CV, that is very, very extensive, means it has got a lot of information about your entire journey, your professional journey. And also you need to have resume that is really shorter than that. And you need to have a short biodata of not more than 150 words or even lesser than that. So when Dr. Shakuntala she introduced me, so that particular document comprises of only 100 and 110 words. So I think that is enough. So you need to have these 3 products, these 3 documents with you, so that you can post online when you have your own personal website, or if you have your official website, or if you have institutional website wherein your name is appearing. So you need to put that particular profile there. So you need to be aware as when what kind of profile is required. Now, why visibility is required, that we need to understand here. Because many people expect many people expect that you may be found online, because as I told you that many studies show that 90 to 93% of the users who are searching online, they understand that you may be found online. So that's the reason they go to Google search engine or other search engines to find out. And also the visibility is required to expose your work. Now it is very, very contradictory in the sense, why should I expose my work? Because I have not done good work. My papers are not good. I have not written really well. So why should I expose my work? Why should I showcase my paper? Because I have not written well. I am not confident to showcase that. So that is what is a question here. So to visibility requires your own courage. It requires the decision that you want to showcase what you have done. So exposing your work means you are informing that what kind of service you have introduced, or what kind of talent you have, or what kind of research you have completed, or what kind of research paper you have published. So it exposes your work. So this can be done by only those who are very confident about their work, who have completed their research or publication activities ethically. So that is, those group can only expose or they can share their work. And also it creates increased visibility when you have published a paper. If you simply share the major findings, or if you simply share even abstract also, there are people who are reading it. So you may have this question that, sir, why should I share that? Because already publisher has shared on their website. So please note that you need to have presence on multiple platforms. So that is what is important, and this is what we are going to discuss also. And also the visibility creates a perception about you. For example, I'm talking now, I'll be talking for 1.5 hours. So you will have your a perception about me, means you will have a perception about my teaching style, about my ideas, about how I think, or how I want to convey my story or my experience in this particular presentation. So you will have a perception about me. So similarly, when you are present online, that creates perception about you. And also it creates perception about the organization where you are working, because so your organization is represented by you. So how you look, that also indicates how this organization, what kind of organization culture the XYZ institution has. And visibility is required to maximize the discoverability of your work. So this is very, very important. People should discover what you have done. Discoverability in the sense, if you have Google Scholar profile, let people access what kind of papers you have written. So although you are not sharing the full text, but it is required. And also it creates an opportunity to increase your citations. So increasing citation in the sense, again, it should be organic. It should not be deliberate in the sense, let researchers read your paper and cite. So all you need to do is that share the abstract if it is published in closed access journal. If it is published in open access journal, you can share that paper in different platforms. So at least you just inform. So please remember the slide that I showed of Kia Motors, where I said that the awareness is very, very important. You need to create awareness. Although you are not selling that car through the showroom, you are just showcasing how the car looks. You can go for test drive. So similarly, even the abstract, even your title, a link, so that will help a lot to the users. Then they can go to the full text work from the respective website. And also it creates an opportunity, or it gives you an avenue of getting good offers. So this is very, very important. Offers in the sense, you applied for any funds, you applied for fellowship or scholarship. So that also helps you a lot, because how you are visible, on which platform you are visible, on which publisher site you are visible, that creates some opportunity. And also it raises your scholarly endeavors. Scholarly means research efforts. What kind of academic and research efforts you have. So that is very, very important. And also it helps you know how your works are being used. In the sense, when you share something, you will understand that how the users are using those particular products. As are they downloading, are they saving, are they sending you email for requesting for the full text, or kind of thing. And also it encourages peer feedback, in the sense, when you are gurus, or when you are teachers, or when you are senior professionals are seeing what kind of paper you have written, or what kind of initiatives you have taken from the library. So they can see, and they can call back, and they can inform you that yes, I saw your work and it's really fantastic and you are doing really good. Or they may suggest you something. It also attracts potential employers or funding agencies that I already said, that it all depends on how organic and how effective profile you have. And also it allows other researchers to do further research. And this is very, very important because we all are doing research not because we want to get degree or promotion or credit. We are doing research to understand, upskill ourselves, and also add to the existing stock of knowledge as what kind of findings you have found on studying on any of the topic. And lastly, this is very, very important. Last 2 points are very important. You need this particular visibility to showcase as if you are a role model. In the sense, people should see you as a role model. Although you do not have that intention to be as a role model, but your works speak a lot. Your works speak a lot in the sense, if you have done wonderful work, then people consider you as a role model because you are the right person, you are the right librarian and right educator or administrator. And also the last point is very important, that is professional development. For professional development, this visibility is required because we all are human beings. If somebody appreciates us, we feel very happy, and that is required. That motivation is really required. And again, that motivation has to be very genuine. Now, why this impact is important? What is impact that we need to understand? Impact is nothing but if somebody reads your paper, if she or he understands something, then you have created an impact. So that is the first and basic foundation of that impact. In the sense, if you are informing something, if it is really helping others to understand what you are saying, and that if helps in their profession or in their career or in their personal lives, then that is the impact that you achieve. But the British Library that says that there are 6 impact zones that are very, very important. Your research work or publishing activities or any research work that should impact on the teaching and learning, because if somebody reads that, they should use that example or they should use that theory, and they need to go to class and they need to talk about it. And also it should help in the practice or in the professional practice, in the sense, in the practice, the research finding should be used, whether it is teaching profession or any other profession, that should be used. And also, I'm not saying that all the papers that you are written should be taken up for policy making. So it is very, very rare, very rarest of the rare case that happens, but you can influence collectively how you can help create a public policy. That is very, very important. Also, directly or indirectly, it should help the economy. So for example, patents, so you are filing for patents or you are publishing patents. So patent can be translated or patent can be transformed as commercial commodity, or you can use that design or you can use that methodology to produce something, and you can help the nation economically. So that is also very important. So next is society and environment. We have obligation, we have this moral responsibility, we have an individual responsibility or social responsibility to help in whatever way to the society or environment. And also we need to help create additional or add something to the existing stock of knowledge by our research and publication activity. Now the question is that who needs this visibility? So this visibility is required by a lot of readers, because when you do research, you are not doing research for getting promotion. You are doing research for gaining knowledge and also sharing the findings, so that you are creating an awareness among the community that these kind of findings are there, these kind of solutions are there. And also institutes require your visibility, in the sense, institutes in the sense your own institution where you are working. So if you are doing wonderful work, if you are introducing best practices from the library or examination center, so that should be articulated on your website. There should be a write-up on that. So that gives weightage to the institutes, and institutes also require this visibility. And also the experts, the peers, the seniors, they also require this visibility, in the sense, if the experts see your visible profile, or if they see your profile or your achievement, so that will give you a boost, in the sense the expert group in your own profession, they know about what you are doing. And also for potential employers, if you are changing job or if you are planning to change the job, if you want to go abroad, so this may directly or indirectly help you. And also funding agencies are also checking different profiles to find out as how good you are in this profession and what kind of things you are shared. And please note that in the Western countries, Many of the researchers and faculty are having their own blogs. They are very active on LinkedIn. They may not be that active on Facebook, but they are active on LinkedIn and even other platforms that we even do not know. It depends on the country, because in some countries, which some apps are very, very popular. So even the profession requires good people. That visibility is required for the profession also, because profession should also grow. And libraries badly require the visibility, because if you are visible, because the libraries are keep on searching for information from different sources, because they want to answer the queries of the readers. So libraries also look for some profiles or some information or links or articles on different platforms. And lastly, this visibility is required by you also, in the sense we feel motivated when somebody appreciates us, when somebody contacts us and talk about our project, that you have written a wonderful article, you have got a project from XY Royal Society or Cambridge University, so that's really appreciable. So these kind of comments are very, very important, and that's the reason visibility is required for you also. So friends, to start this visibility journey means how factor is very, very important. How I should achieve this, how I should have my positive visibility. So there are 4 things which are very, very important for all of us, whether you are a student, researcher, or a librarian, or an educator, or an administrator. So for all of us, we need to understand these 4 things. One is we need to be familiar with the online resources or online platforms. Like if you know how to use smartphone, if you know how to use the email, or if you know how to search Google, so that's enough. But you need to be familiar about the particular platform, like LinkedIn. For example, you want to use LinkedIn, you should be familiar about the basic features of LinkedIn. You have mobile phone, you have a lot of application, you may not be using 40% or 50% of the application, but you are familiar about that application. What does it mean? So when to use that application, so kind of thing, although it is underused, but you are familiar about that. So you need to be familiar about the platform that you are using. And also the second important thing is that your participation is very, very important. Participation in the sense, you need to like somebody, you need to like the good work that is being done by others. You need to comment in case if you have any questions, or you need to give suggestions, or you need to be active in that way, like or comment kind of thing. And it should not be deliberate, it should not be just showcasing your own ego or your own knowledge like that. So you should be very genuine in asking, or if somebody is doing good work, you need to like them. So it's very important. So that's the reason social networking is called as a gift economy. In the sense, if you like somebody, they will also start liking your good work. If you comment on somebody's posting, if you have genuine points with you, they will also comment on your posting, because social networking is a gift economy. So you need to participate, and also consistency is required. Say for example, in many of the training programs, I usually ask the researchers that do they have LinkedIn profile. They say yes, but if I ask them whether they maintain it or not, whether they keep on posting something or other on LinkedIn or not, they say no, they have not. They say we are not, or we are not keeping it, we are not regularly posting something or other there. So consistency is required. You just have your own time plan, like once in a week I'm posting something or other, once in 15 days, once in 10 days I'm posting something or other. So that consistency will give you some kind of a visibility or perception about your work. And also you need to be visible on multiple platforms. I'm not saying that you should be visible on 10 or 20 platforms. Google Scholar or Facebook, LinkedIn, so these things are enough. Even Facebook, you can use it for academic purpose. So that is possible. You can create your library web page there. You can create your library page there. And also you can create a group there. For institution also, Facebook page can be created. But you will really enjoy if you are there on LinkedIn, because LinkedIn is a little bit of professional kind of approach, and that is very, very interesting platform. So I really enjoy being on LinkedIn. So you can search my name, Santosh Santosh CH or Santosh Ulagbali. My surname is a little bit odd to pronounce or difficult to pronounce. You can type in and you can search. So you can see how and what kind of postings I have made there. For example, I should be very honest in sharing this. In last 15 days, I delivered 3 talks on a very important platforms. Okay, 2 international conference, one national level conference. I immediately did not post there because I have a certain plan. So I do not rush to put anything on LinkedIn unless I am convinced. So I take my own time and I post in such a way that gives a story of that particular event, or that should not sound as if I'm showcasing about myself, but there should be something, some learning for others also to understand from that particular posting. So friends, a very small step can also help you to create a strong visibility. Like you have published a paper and you are sending mail, you are using email. So you can put that link here, although it is published in a closed access journal, that's fine, but still you can put the link here so that anybody who is getting your mail can understand what kind of paper you have recently published. So I manage a blog, interview blog, wherein I interview some experts. So I usually keep these links here, like these are the recent interviews that I have interviewed. So that applies to the organization also. If they have initiated something, if they have introduced any service, they can put a hyperlink there. Anybody who is receiving that mail, they can go to that particular site. So also this is another example of our own, one of the colleagues here, very senior colleague here. He keeps on writing for very good banners like at Taylor and Francis and elsewhere, and Oxford, Cambridge, Sage, Routledge. So his email signature is full of links, because whenever he sends mail to anybody, the readers or the students or the administrators, they will come to know that he has written something. So this is a very indirect way of creating the visibility. And also friends, I request all the administrators and especially the librarians and the educators that please check your institutional website whether your list of publications are listed or not with hyperlink, with DOI, digital object identifier. So that is very important, because anybody who is searching in Google, they can get a link from your website. So even for the organization also, it is really going to help you a lot. Organization also get the visibility when all the publications are listed by the faculty or the organization. And also, because these are all basic technologies or platforms, you all are aware of that, especially the librarians are aware of that your institution should have institutional repository. This institutional repository is nothing but it has got 2 kinds of information sets. One is institutional publications like annual reports, audit reports, or statutes or ordinances or acts or guidelines or rules of the institution. And at the same time, it also has the faculty publication. Faculty publication means it may not be full text, but abstract level you can add. And if your papers are published in open access journals, you can put all the open access content here. So in our case, what we have done is that we have taken all the open access articles. Our institution has published in 15 years, our institution has published more than 2,500 Scopus indexed papers. So among 2,500, more than 550 articles are published in open access journals. So we have given all access to all open access journals in this particular institutional repository. So I request those librarians who are not having institutional repository, I request them to please create your institutional repository. That is really going to help your institution a lot. And also I request you to please have IRNS platform in your college or university. If you have any query related to IRNS, please contact Information Library Network in Plibnet, Gandhinagar. They are going to assist you. It is a free of cost service. So this is a wonderful platform wherein you can see the profiles of your institutional faculty. So if you see our organization here, Central University of Haryana, so we have we have profiles of around 200 plus 200 plus faculty members in the IRNS platform. See here, more than 200. In fact, we have 230 faculty here. So this is how it looks like. Means you can see what kind of profiles they have. This is a very simple platform. Hope you are already aware of this. Those educators or the faculty or the librarians, those are not aware of this, I request them to please contact Inflibdet to get this service done. So you can see how many papers it is showing. In fact, it is showing 1874, but we have 2,500 plus Scopus indexed journals. And also you can see any of the profile here. So you can see what kind of open access articles they have written. So the user or a reader can get to know what kind of paper my professor has published. So that is very, very important. So you can see the complete profile of a faculty member. So that gives a very good visibility or positive visibility of the faculty member. In fact, it's a massive database. It is loading. It will take time. So I will avoid showing you this. Now I'll leave that particular slide here, screen. Now I move to my presentation. Hope the presentation is visible. So also the simple thing is that please create your Google profile. Now you may be wondering, as in this particular lecture, why I'm talking about Google Scholar, because you all are aware of that. There are a lot of advantages. There are a lot of advantages about having Google Scholar profile, especially if you have hyperlink. If you give hyperlink to the articles, you can't upload all the articles here full text. You can just list out the bibliography here. You can just list out the bibliography or list of the publications that you have done. And also, friends, third-party sites are very, very important. What is the meaning of third-party site? In the sense, if your achievement is mentioned, or if your name is mentioned or cited in any of the third-party website, or especially the institutional website, so then that really helps you a lot. I'll just give a small example that. Madam, could you please mute yourself? Yes. So third-party site, in the sense, any of your small or big achievement should be mentioned by other party or other site or other organization. Say, for example, in 2013, I delivered a lecture in JNU, Jawaharlal Nehru University, Delhi, almost 11 years back. So that information is still there on their website. So how does it help me? When somebody searches for my name on Google, they will get this link also. So that gives an impression that yes, Santosh is there, active. Santosh is active in teaching and training activities from many years. So that gives an indication that how active I am in this particular thing. So you can't tell that organization to put your name on their website. You can't force them. You can't even ask them. That is not good. That sounds really bad if you ask them. So it should be organic again. It should be natural. In the sense, you should keep on checking. For example, you organize this webinar, right? So I'm sure you both the librarians are going to prepare a report of this, or they are having annual report, and wherein they are mentioning all the list of events they have organized by the library or examination section or other departments. So in that, if my name is appearing in that report, I am not saying that indirectly, I'm not asking them to put my name in their report, but when they list out all the events, and if they add my name there, and if somebody searches on Google Scholar or Google search engine especially, so they will get the link of this annual report also wherein my name is appearing. So this is called third party site, and that will clearly indicates how active you are in that particular activity. So that is very, very important. And also, friends, your visibility on blogs, or you are writing small articles, whether it is a small blog or a big blog or a very popular blog. I'll just give a small example. So in this presentation, I am taking the liberty to boast about myself because that is required. In the sense, I should not hide about my achievements, or I should not say these are achievements, but these are all experiences or stories, I should say. Because if I talk about myself, that will give an understanding that how somebody has already practiced this and how he has really enjoyed the benefits of that. So that is the reason I'm sharing my own examples here. So please don't take it otherwise. So I wrote some articles for London School of Economics Impact blog. So that is a very prestigious blog, and they accept articles of just 1,000 words. And one of my articles in 2019, that became one of the top 10 articles of that particular year. Now, this particular link also gives me a lot of benefit in the sense people will understand, they will have a perception that yes, he is a blogger also, he writes for blogs, and his article is well accepted and well received. And also, as I told you that I have a blog, open interview. I spend money on that. I dedicate a lot of time on Saturdays and Sundays. I keep on contacting the experts of different organizations. So I contacted Peter Suber. He's a very well-known person in open access domain. So he's from Harvard University, and he allowed me to interview him, and I interviewed him in 2019, and the document is shared on my blog. And later on, he cross-posted this particular interview on the Harvard University website. So anybody who is searching my name on the Google page, so if they get this particular page, Harvard page, they will understand that yes, this person is very active, this person is very talented, kind of thing. I'm not sure what kind of thinking or what kind of perception they will have, but certainly it will be a positive perception. Although this achievement may not be that achievement or a real achievement or a typical achievement, but the person who sees that, he or she will have an understanding, their own understanding about that particular piece of information. Now, friends, this is very, very important for all of us to have our personal profile. Whether you are a student or a researcher, many students ask me, researchers ask me, sir, I have not achieved anything. I have not even written a paper. So should I have my personal website? Even some teachers also ask me, librarians also ask me. Especially for librarians, this website is very much required. Even the teachers also, the website is very much required, wherein you are putting some basic details like your publication, your education, your professional experiences, your invited talks, or your achievements, kind of thing. So nowadays it is very, very easy to create your website. Canva is there, it is very easy to handle. Even Weebly is there, this is very easy to handle, and you create. It doesn't require any technical knowledge, or it doesn't require any programming language or knowledge of any scripting language. So you can create. I am showing you two kinds of website. This is very old now, I left it, and I have created this website on Canva. It is like running through a PPT. It's like creating a PPT. So you just convert your entire CV as a website. So that is possible. So you can do that. But when you create website, always see that on smartphone how it looks, on laptop how it looks, on desktop how it looks, because this compatibility is required. And also we are talking about how we need to create this visibility. So we are discussing on that line. And also I request you to please be a member of some discussion groups, especially the email groups in your profession. Like in library science, we have a popular email group called LIS Forum, that is by Indian Institute of Science. So that is one of the prestigious LIS groups, I should say, Library and Information Science group. Now, if you share anything there, for example, Librarian has introduced a very unique service in the library. If she or he shares that particular piece of information in that email group, then many of the experts in library science, they will come to know about that update. So that gives an impression about your organization, impression about your library, impression about your skills. So that is very, very important. And I personally have gained a lot from this particular LIS group, because whenever I interview anybody, whenever I interview any expert, I share the link in this group. Then many experts, they call up or they send me a message and appreciate that. This is a very simple step. This is a very simple process or simple approach that you all can do. And also, friends, you need to be very, very serious about your face in the sense your photograph, because I have seen many profiles wherein the photographs are not that good. Those are not looking professional or decent or formal. You should have a formal photograph on your profile, and profiles that are having a photograph that is really going to be well used or well read, in the sense if your profile has got a profile photo, then people take interest in reading that. So this looks very, very professional. If it doesn't have, then it looks unprofessional. Now you may have this question that, sir, where should we create our account and what all platforms we should use? It is up to you. This is just a symbolic slide here on this screen. You can see. I strongly recommend you to follow or use Google Scholar, ResearchGate, SlideShare, Mendeley, Zotero, Wikipedia. You can become a Wikipedian. You can also create pages there. You can add, edit there. Even Figshare is also very important to share your raw data that you have used for doing your research. Now, this visibility can be planned properly in the sense, especially when it comes to research and publication. So while writing or during submission or after acceptance, in our organization and even after publication also, in our organization, one of the professor, very senior professor, he sends 2 updates. When his paper is accepted, he sends the messages, or he puts message on LinkedIn that his paper is accepted and it is going to be published soon. And once it is published, he shares the link and he posts on LinkedIn or Facebook. So that creates an awareness, that creates or that informs the stakeholders that yes, he has achieved or he has published or he has informed the community that this document is very important also. Now the recent trend is that many publishers, especially some international publishers, they are asking for video abstracts also. They're asking for infographics. Infographic is nothing but graphically you need to represent the abstract or the findings of your study. Video abstract means in the video you need to summarize or you need to tell about your paper as what does it have and what is the methodology that you have followed and what is the findings. So the studies show that even Springer Nature, I have taken this particular screenshot from there. So it will really increase the usability of that paper, and also people start reading it more because they are convinced. So video is such a powerful tool. And also friends, you need to expand your network. Network in the sense, there are 2 things. One is for collaboration, another is for networking. So networking and collaboration both are different things. The first thing is network. Network in this, you need to know who is working in a different organization, who is this fellow, who is that fellow. Like for example, you are attending a conference and somebody is sitting beside you. You are just chit-chatting. So myself from Central University of Haryana, you are from, so he or she says I am from Mumbai University or Delhi University kind of thing. So that kind of a basic relation or association that will continue when you start contacting them, start discussing on a professional matter, even after dispersing from that particular conference. So that is called networking. But what is collaboration? Collaboration in the sense you are using that network or that person to collaborate in one of your publication or research activities. So that is very, very important. And that collaboration is possible, or that networking is even possible on LinkedIn. In the sense, in LinkedIn, you can have network with very decent and very popular or even good achievers, so that you can ask questions. If you are a researcher or a student, you can contact them and ask questions. Whether they respond or not, that is immaterial, that is secondary. But you need to open up, you need to stand out, and you need to be very, very bold, and you need to contact and you need to ask genuine questions, and that will help you create a kind of a relation, and that may translate into collaboration later. So that is the important thing. And also please note that this networking and collaboration is also required within the organization. So you are working in college, so you can collaborate anybody who is expert. For example, if one of your teachers is reading widely, if one of your teachers is reading and is a voracious reader, so please call him for a talk in the library to talk about any book or any book that he really likes. So such kind of collaboration, partnership is really required. So that is one thing I said. If one of your teacher is very good at website creating, or very good at writing blog articles, or very good at creating bookmarks, or creating some brochures, or creating something, it could be a student or a researcher or a faculty, but we can partner, we can collaborate with them for any of the small events or small initiatives. So that will really help you a lot. And also friends, having a decent profile on the platforms that you are using is very, very important, and that will really give a very good benefit, because people will take it very, very seriously, and they will understand that how serious about your own profession. So that is very much visible. And also if you are a member of ResearchGate especially, many people ask queries here. So now you may ask me that, so nowadays ChatGPT can answer any question, so why should I worry about this ResearchGate? But ResearchGate is such a platform wherein some very genuine questions are asked by the members there. If you are expert in that line, you can answer those queries, or else you can read those questions and answers. That will improve your knowledge. So that is also very important. So again, this is a symbolic representation of a PowerPoint presentation website. So likewise, there are many websites wherein you can put your PowerPoint presentation. So in the sense, if you are not having any papers published, if you are a teacher and if you are a librarian, if you have a lot of PPTs with you, so you can post those PPTs, convert them as PDF file, and you can upload, let people access them, let people use them. So another way to create your visibility is working for or writing for very good standard journals. So this is Nature journal that is having 42 impact factor, and to write here, it requires a lot of efforts and also quality. I'm not saying that you should write for Nature. It takes a lot of time to accept your paper. But my suggestion to all the newcomers in this profession, in the education sector, and also the students and researchers, that please target such journals which are recognized by Scopus or Web of Science, whether they have less impact factor or higher impact factor, especially the lesser impact factor journal, like one impact factor 1, 2, 3 kind of thing. It's enough. So it should be a recognized listed journal. So don't go for high impact factor journal, because that takes a lot of time. By saying this, I am not discouraging that you should not aim high. So my only point for the newcomers or the budding researchers or the librarians is that please try to target such journals which are listed, recognized, and please publish with them. And especially while publishing, please check whether you can publish with open access journal or not. And you may have this question that open access journals ask you article processing charges. But friends, please note that if you go to Directory of Open Access Journals, DOAJ, there are more than 11,000 journals. They do not charge you any article processing charges, and those are all genuine journals. You can cross-verify those journals in Scopus and Web of Science, and you can publish. And also, please have collaboration or tie-up with some experts, and wherein you can work as a co-author. And studies show that the H index is very higher than the principal author. If you are working as a co-author, your co-authors have a higher H index than you do, because co-authors have a lot of time. They can work on multiple papers because their task is to work on one of the components of the research paper. And also, friends, for librarians especially, they have a lot of scope to market about preprint archive and postprint archive. Preprint archive is nothing but the manuscripts are shared by the authors. Postprint archive means accepted manuscript by the publishers are shared on the repositories. So these preprint archives are also very powerful. In case you are writing some papers and if you want to share them before they publish, before the publisher publish, if you want to share them online, so preprint archives are the best option. Now you may have a question that, sir, how can I share my article before publishing it? But that is the trend. In the sense, this is not a new concept. It's an old concept. During COVID time, the world was badly wanting to get the vaccine or the solution for treating the COVID pandemic or COVID patients. So that time, a lot of scientists, they shared their research papers on preprint archives, and thus they helped the entire community or the society to get the solutions. And also, friends, when you want to share anything, so you need to have a proper story of that. You need to know what is the publication channel. In the sense, when you have written a public paper and you have published in any one of the journals, so you need to talk about that particular article in the form of a story. In the sense, story means not that fiction wala story. Story in the sense, you need to talk about one of the findings on any of the platforms, or you can create a video, or you can write a blog article based on your research paper. So there are a lot of blogs, like Germany's Elephant in the Lab is a popular blog. London School of Economics has got a blog called Impact Blog. So these blogs accept your articles based on the research paper that you have published. So that is the reason you need to have the byproduct of your research paper. So I read this particular article. So this is very interesting. So you can read this. So this is written by Katie Murray, and I have given you the link here. She says that gone are the days when we used to share the report that I have published this and that. But nowadays you need to share the story. Story in the sense, you need in the form of story, as how interesting this article is, what are the important component of this article, what are the unique features of this particular article. It is not only applying to article but also the services. It also applies to the best practices of the organizations. So you need to tell the story on different platform. It is whether Twitter or video or infographics or report or summary or abstract or speaking engagement like lectures. So you need to have a do tell strategy or strategy of synergy. In the sense, you need to communicate in such a way that the people should remember your story as what you are written and what you want to convey. And also, friends, you need to know these things. I am not going to explain what is data literacy, what is data storytelling, or what is data carpentry. Okay, so you all need to find out what are the meaning of these particular terms. But generally or collectively, what I can say that, so you have a lot of data when you go to field or when you do desk research. You have data, so you can translate that, convert the data into visuals. You can convert that data into story. You can narrate that. So that is very, very important, and your data can speak volumes about your work. And also studies show that if you write a longer paper, I'm not saying that you should write a paper of 20 pages, but it should be genuine and organic. If you write a longer paper, chances are more that people are going to read it and people are going to cite them. And also the keywords that you are using when you publish is very, very important. And studies also show that if you have referred a lot of sources, then chances are more that your paper will be well read and your paper will be well cited. And if you have a tie-up with international authors, that the chances of citations will go up. And also you need to use a consistent name in all the papers, because you may be having a surname that you shortened and you are using different names in different papers kind of thing. So that is the reason you need to use consistent name. And also you need to tap or target those journals which are very popular in your field and well respected by the experts of your discipline. And also I say to you that you need to create byproducts of your research paper in the form of abstract, or in the form of, already abstract is there, but in the form of blog articles or a video abstract kind of thing. Or also you can speak on the topic that you have published. Means you can create a 5-minute video on that and you can post on any of the platform. And also Wikipedia is one such platform wherein you can contribute as a writer there, you can edit also. And apart from that, I request all of you to please follow certain blogs and comment there, and that will give a lot of networking opportunity for you. Say for example, on this screen you are seeing all these links of blogs, and these blogs are useful for the research scholars, especially the PhD students. And also I emphasize on the fact that the blogging is very, very important for an educator. So unfortunately in India, we have considered blog as an obsolete platform, not useful, but blogs are very important. Libraries can effectively use these blogs. They can keep on sharing the updates. They can keep on sharing what kind of events they are organizing, what kind of innovative services or user services they are introducing. And for researchers and educators also, blogs are very important. They can share their perspectives, observations, or opinions on blogs. And in the Western countries, blogs are very popular. Many researchers have got their blogs, they maintain blogs. So creating blog is very, very easy. It doesn't require any knowledge of scripting language or programming language. Nowadays, you can use blog using WordPress. So I created a blog called OpenIntro on WordPress. You can go to this blog and you can check. I designed this site. It doesn't require any scripting knowledge of scripting language. Now, what impact we have created through this blog? We interviewed around 32 experts ranging from MIT or Harvard University or some very good prestigious organizations abroad. And also Indian experts also are there. Their interview transcripts are shared in this blog, and it is my individual, you can say, initiative, but it has given me a lot of respect. So that I really enjoy, and I'm really thankful to all those readers and experts who appreciate our good work. So what I wanted to say here is that even your personal initiatives will also help you a lot in creating a very strong visibility of yourself. And also, friends, if you are very knowledgeable and if you have certain skills with you, if you have some expertise, please do not shy away. Please do not hide it. Please do not have this intention to not to share that. So please provide open consultancy. Whoever contacts you and asks you any query, please guide them, invite them to your library or organization to guide them. So it depends on your time management, how much time you want to dedicate for such kind of activities or assistance activities, because there are many people who are wanting to see the good people or knowledgeable people. They want to discuss with them. They want to get inspired, get motivated by the talented, hardworking, and very service-oriented professionals. So please provide open consultancy. You need not put a banner in your college that you are providing open consultancy, but it is it spreads in the sense, if somebody knows how helpful you are, definitely they are going to tell others also that how helpful this academician is, how helpful this researcher is, how helpful this librarian or academic administrator is. And also I was talking about the byproduct. So you can create a different kind of product, like you can create bookmark, you can create a infographic, you can create PPT and share. Say for example, you have published a paper, you can convert that paper into PPT and you can upload on different sites. You can create video file, you can create an animated file. So there are different options, and it all depends on what kind of thing you want to achieve, how you want to convey, what kind of infrastructure you have. Or it doesn't require infrastructure, but it requires your intention or interest. So that is very, very important. And also it depends on your time, in the sense it requires a lot of time to work on that initially, and later on you need not spend much time on that. At least you need to monitor that, that's enough. And also you can create useful links of certain sources. Say for example, you are expert in one particular area and you have read a lot of articles. So create a bibliography of that, create a list of links and put it on your personal website, so that links help others. And also on YouTube, I call the YouTube as one of the best universities in the world. YouTube is like a very mega university, I should say, because it has got a very scholarly content in it. Unfortunately, we are not valuing that. So it all depends on what kind of things you are searching for in YouTube. So if you are really looking for good kind of professionally related documents or the videos, then definitely you will get there. And if you are using it for just entertainment, then there is no use of YouTube. So YouTube is providing you very academic and even scholarly content. So you need to subscribe to certain channels, and that you can use for your research work or for even upgrading your knowledge. And also friends, try to see whether you have any all India radios nearby your place. Please contact them, please try to visit them. Whether you are a student or a researcher or a faculty or an administrator or a librarian, please talk to them whether they can host a talk of you. So that is possible, that is very easy. You can just contact them, and you need to prepare a script and you can talk there, because they have different programs like Yuvavani, right? So you can utilize this. If not possible for you, at least you encourage others, encourage your faculty, encourage your students and researchers to use this particular platform. And also podcasting is very popular nowadays. So if you have that inclination or interest in creating videos, please motivate such kind of students and researchers and educators so that they can interact with the experts within the organization or outside the organization. You can have a podcast and you can post it. And also don't please underestimate any skill that you have, any artistic skill you have. So in the time of this artificial intelligence, your skills are very, very much tested. So if you are a drummer, if you are a guitarist, or if you are a dancer, if you are a sculptor or a musician or a photographer or an artist, so please pay attention to that. Please spend some quality time on improving your skill, artistic skill. That will give a different kind of a weightage, that will give a different kind of respect. Now, I don't know whether I should say it or not, but I hope you don't take it otherwise. When I went to Cambridge University, I carried 2 or 3 paintings of mine, means I carried some paintings. So I gifted those paintings to the university authorities there, because I did not spend any amount. I did not carry any gift or any sweet box for them. I carried some paintings that I painted, and I framed them and I gifted them, and they really liked and they started admiring that you are a librarian and you are an artist also. So that kind of impression that can be created, and Again, I say that it should be natural, it should be very genuine, and that gives you a different kind of a motivation. So we all are wanting of this motivation. Somebody should appreciate us, and that motivation will help you to work even harder. So that is the reason we need to even value this artistic skill. So if you are a singer, if you are a very good speaker, please improve upon. If your kids, if your daughter or son or your friend or your student or your brother or sister, if they are good at any of the artistic skill, so please support them, please respect them, please create such an environment that so that they can improve that particular skill and they can flourish. So that's very, very important. And I said that you need to share the document, especially I said the PPT or other things. But the important point here is that you need to also keep an eye on how many people are accessing that, how many are downloading them, how many are linking them, how many are talking about that particular document. Say, for example, I put 2 of my PPTs on slideshare.net. You can see how many are downloading, how many are seeing that, or how many have viewed that. So that's very, very important. And also your author ID is very, very important. Like nowadays we are talking about ISBN, ISSN, different kind of identifiers or persistent identifier. So similarly for author also, ORCID account is very much important. Now, especially if you apply for international scholarship or fellowship, they do require your ORCID account. And I'm not saying that all the fellowship agencies they require, especially the Royal Society and UK's British Library or British Academy or British Council, they require these kind of ORCID account. In the sense, they want to see all your profile there. They want to access your profile from there. So that's the reason ORCID account is important. So friends, we discussed a lot of things in this particular presentation. That we discussed what is this presence or visibility and why this is required and how we should work on this. So it requires just your interest. It requires your interest to be online, not full-time online, I should say, but you need to spend some quality time online to showcase what you are doing. So I request you to please read this article. Sorry, I have not given you the link here, but if you simply type in 10 tips for tweeting research. So one of the point that I really liked is don't be afraid to promote your own work. So this is the rule of thumb here, is that the first point that clearly indicates that we should not feel shy to promote our work, because you are a very genuine person. You are a very hardworking person. You have an intention to create an impact in the professional circle or in the society. So quickly, I'll just wrap up what I said in this entire presentation. I'll be sharing certain points here, then we'll take up your questions. So you need to improve your writing, because it is testing of your writing skills, because you are using blogs, you are using your website to share something. So please improve your writing. If you are writing really well, even further improve the writing skill. And also speaking skills are very much important. It's not about what kind of language you are speaking, but how you are speaking, what is the clarity in your speech. That's very important. And also when you go outside, when you go out of your town or city or state, please try to visit any one of the organization or any small or big institute. Talk to the librarian, talk to the principals. So that kind of opportunity will help you and help you get an insight about how other organizations are working. That will lead to networking and also collaboration. And try to visit some nearby libraries whenever you visit different places. And also don't just focus on the research journals, but also focus on the magazines and newspapers also. You can write there, because the general public also wants to read something that is very different and that is written by a researcher. And also try to collaborate with your supervisors and senior professionals. That will give you a different kind of experience, because discussing with them and working with them will give a different edge. And also try to take care of your contacts properly, or your network, in the sense you are in your network, some are very, very productive. So try to be in touch with them. And as I told you that when we have our presence on social networking sites or academic networking sites, please try to comment. It should not be deliberate practice, but it should be a natural process. If you like anything, you need to comment or appreciate or like, and also be participative, and this will help you create a network. And also when you share anything, especially the full text papers on different platforms. So please try to take permission from the publisher if you are published in closed access journal. And also when you write any paper, please try to cite some classic works or very authentic sources. And also I talked about creating a group or subscribing to such groups on online, especially email groups, or you are creating email groups. Also already in your profession, some groups are there, be a member of that. And on Facebook also you can create a group, or I'm not talking about WhatsApp group because this is a kind of a distraction, but it informs. But these Facebook groups, LinkedIn groups, and even email groups are very powerful, I should say. And also please read, comment, and follow certain blogs. Blogs are very, very important, and unfortunately we are neglecting them. Please follow certain blogs in your field. And also subscribe to certain channels and platforms. You need not pay any amount to subscribe them. These are available in public domain. And have your decent public profile so that you can share on your personal website or on your blog or on your institutional website. And also please upload your CV. Don't put a lot of personal content there, or resume or biodata there. So when you do anything that is related to sharing of anything, please try to check what are the copyright regulation, in the sense you should not violate the copyright, right? And when you publish, please try to prefer the open access channel. So please do not underestimate the power of open access, because open access resources can be well accessed by anybody, and that in turn creates a visibility, and also it increases your citation, and also it increases your visibility in the profession or the group. And lastly, you need to keep on updating your skills and knowledge. So that's very, very important for anybody, whether a student or a researcher. And also if somebody is doing good work, please refer their name to others. Please appreciate them and tell them that I know one person who can paint very well, who can talk very well, who can sing very well, who can manage this thing very well, or he can solve this issue very well. So that kind of referral is very, very important. And friends, we all require mentors, whether you are an administrator or a librarian or a student or a researcher. We all require one or two mentors who are interested in our progress. So please try to identify such mentor. He could be your own relative, or a brother, or a principal, or a librarian, or your senior colleague, or your supervisor. So please try to have one or two mentors. And friends, I request all of you to please watch one TED Talk that is by Atul Gawande. Okay, I'll just put it in chat box. Atul Gawande. So I request to watch his TED Talk. I have put it in chat box. You can check. So check on YouTube or TED Talks. He has delivered a wonderful talk of 20 minutes or 18 minutes. He has spoken about the importance of having a mentor. So that will really inspire you. And lastly, friends, please read a lot. So if you read a lot, you will be more resourceful, and you can have a lot of ideas. You will have a wonderful perspective about the life and profession, and that will give a lot of motivation, and you are in a different world when you start reading. So please try to read something or other and read continuously. So every week or every now and then, please try to read, try to identify such kind of books which are really going to help you professionally and personally. So this reading will not only help you in improving your knowledge, but also it will change your personality, in the sense that makes you a different kind of a person. When you talk, somebody will understand how thorough you are, how nice person you are, or how good you are. So like that. So there are a lot of advantages of reading. So please, as a student or a researcher or an administrator or a librarian, we all need to read a lot. So to get this impact, whether we have achieved this impact or whether we are really impacted on others or not, it takes time. So you need to have patience. And if you have patience, definitely you will be recognized, and you need to keep on working on the lines that I have shared in this presentation. So definitely you will be respected, your ideas will be respected, you will be accepted. And if not accepted by anybody or nobody, at least you are very happy with what you are doing. That's enough. And if you are happy with yourself, so that is the ultimate goal that you achieved, I should say. So friends, with this, once again, I thank the organizers for providing me this opportunity to share my ideas, and kindly excuse me, I shared about myself more in this presentation. The only reason was to just motivate or inspire, that's all. Because we all require common sense than knowledge. Because knowledge is there everywhere. You can access books, you can use artificial intelligence, but why we are here? Because we want to share our own story. We want to share our own common sense, what we have experienced, where we failed, where we succeeded. So these kind of stories will really motivate others, and they will open different kinds of channels for them to improve their own personality and improve their own professional career. So with this, once again, I thank all of you. And in case if you have any questions, I request you to please, you can raise your questions. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Now we open the session for questions. If you have any doubt on the topic, you can ask, sir. And I request Dr. Alka Vadra to conduct this session. Yes, Alka madam, please.
I could see some messages in the chat box. If you could allow me, I can read out and I can answer also. Or else Alka madam is going to read them.
Ma'am, you are on mute mode. Ma'am Alka.
Ma'am Alka, unmute yourself. Ah.
Alka madam, please unmute yourself.
Madam Shakuntala, you can continue.
Yeah, sir, I think you can answer the questions raised in the chat box.
Yeah. Okay, so there is a question by Mr. Bagul. He asked, as per discussion for visibility like abstract, but later it is an issue of plagiarism of own research. What is the solution for plagiarism? So what I said here is that abstract can be used once your paper is published. You can use it anywhere. Okay, you can put it on your website. You can put it on Google Scholar, wherever. So I'm talking about the published work. And also there is a question by Nirbhay. What should be the current approach and method to issue, publish research document or article on multi-level reach? My answer to this question is please try to read a lot. So once you read well and try to identify the good journals and publish there, and then also talk about that published work in a different form, like talking about that in an audio file or video file, or sharing the abstract. Or also you are going to the class, it's not necessary that you should be visible online. Please note that you all are teaching in the classroom, because I should not comment on that. Because we are librarians, we rarely go to the class, because once in a month, because we do not have that kind of teaching style also. But I'm very much sure that whatever you read, whenever you discuss with anybody, you are bound to, or you are going to discuss about that particular experience in your class. So that is the beauty of a teacher. That is the beauty of that particular platform. So I request him to please read, publish, and also talk about that in a classroom or in any other channel. So again,
Thank you, Santosh sir. There is one question from Mr. Vijay Bagul, and he's asking about whether he'll put his abstract of the article, whether it will be counted as plagiarism.
Madam, I have already answered in the sense, once it is published, he can use abstract for any purpose. He can compile abstracts and he can put it as a compendium also. So any published keywords, abstracts, titles can be shared with anybody. No need of taking anybody's permission, and it is not about copyright or plagiarism. Yeah. Next question, madam.
For Hindi language.
Sir, can I ask one question?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
I am Miss Bhanu Yadav from Pillai College. I am an assistant professor and research scholar, sir. So, for research purpose, we need to publish two papers in a peer-reviewed journal. So, it is mandatory for us to, publish a paper with it is having some good impact factor or something, or it is fine if one paper I have published with good impact factor and another is, okay. It is mandatory, sir.
Madam, if you ask me, then I'll give a different answer.
Okay.
So I do not know what is mandatory here, but I should say that you should write at least 10 papers during your
Okay.
research work. So that means what? To become a good teacher, you need to read a lot. You need to read at least 10,000 books. That doesn't mean that you should read 10,000 books. That means you should be a very good reader. Okay. Similarly, why researcher should publish a research paper during his research work? Because many people ask about this. You are not wrong. It is absolutely a genuine question. But whether the rule is there or not, you need not pay attention to that. At least you have a target of publishing 3 papers. I'll tell you what is the reason why you need to learn publishing during your PhD journey, because you will understand how to communicate with the co-author or a principal author or guide, how to discuss with the guide what kind of topic you should take for research paper. Already you have taken a topic for your PhD. Now, how you need to collect the data and what is the style of writing a paper, and which journal should I target and whether they accept or not. What is open access journal, what is closed access journal, what is editorial policy, what are the author guidelines, and once it is accepted, what they are going to ask you. Once it is published, you will feel happy. So this has got a lot of you can say insights or experiences that you are going to relish, you are going to enjoy that. So my answer to your question is that please try to talk to those people who are good at rules. Although I know the rule, but I'll not tell here. But my only rule is that please try to write more number of paper, and before writing, please read a lot. So many researchers, they ask, how should I write a paper? My answer is that read, read, read. If you read a lot, you can become a wonderful writer. So that is the
Yes,
answer.
sir.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you, madam.
Sir, I want to ask one thing. You have talked about early illness or impairment. Okay. So we are teacher education college where very limited number of faculty members, 3 or 4, we will find. So for this.
I'm extremely sorry, I could not get your question.
Yes, he is
Sir,
asking that.
we are a teacher.
And on that, if the
Yes.
faculty is less number, then also they can apply. Means they can register for INS.
Yes, it's not about how many faculty you have in your organization. That is immaterial. In the sense, you have an organization, whether 10 faculty are there or 20, at least you want to showcase, and that is the nature of your organization. In the sense, you need to have that many teachers only. That is the nature of your organization. But in our university, we have more than 230 full-time faculty. So I don't think they will discriminate based on the number of faculty working in a college. I request you to please contact Inflimet, and they are very service oriented and they will answer your query also. And please talk to them and get it done, madam.
Any participants who want to ask, you can unmute yourself and ask.
Anil sir has asked me a question. हिंदी भाषा के लिए कौन से प्लेटफॉर्म उपलब्ध है सर? प्लेटफॉर्म आप क्रिएट कर सकते हैं सर, जैसे कि ब्लॉग है, आप हिंदी में ब्लॉगिंग कर सकते हैं, हिंदी में मेल कर सकते हैं, हिंदी में आप लिंक्डइन में या फेसबुक पर आप पोस्टिंग कर सकते हैं. Nutan ji has asked a question. Can you suggest journal and open resources for the subject of commerce accountancy? Secondly, can you highlight on ROL? Review of literature, ROL means review of literature. So the first question is commerce and accountancy. There are a lot of open access resources available. I can name few here. You can go to Social Science Research Network, that is SSRN, very popular. You can also go to Directory of Open Access Journal. You can also go to EconLit, Economic Literature. You can also go to REPET, Research Papers in Economics. Although it is economics, but they have covered commerce, business studies, and many other subjects, allied subjects. So you can refer to that. or else you can talk to the librarians who can really guide you in telling you as what kind of resources are really useful for your research. Yeah. So any other questions? Any tough questions which I can't answer?
Sir, I have one question, sir.
Yes, please.
On institutional repository, you said that the faculty publication we can put. But in recent audit, there was a doubt, there was a question that whether you can put all the publication of your faculty on IR. Though we are allowing it to our registered users, that means our faculty and our bona fide students only. If I put all the full text articles over there, will it come under any copyright issue, sir?
Madam, it's a wonderful question. Whoever has got institutional repository, they can decide, they can have a policy. Please do not put full text article which are published in open close access journal. You can put abstract there. And if the author has taken permission from the publisher, and many of the publishers allow to put it on institutional repository, but permission has to be taken from the publisher if it is published in open close access journal. In case it is published in open access journal, no need of taking anybody's permission. Even the librarian need not take permission from publisher or author. He or she can directly upload. And we are not taken permission from anybody when it comes to open access journal. We have posted around 550 articles on our website. So that is possible. And another solution is that you can have intranet-based access and internet-based access. In intranet-based access, the institutional members or the stakeholders can access full-text papers, whether it is published in closed access or open access. So you need to give login credential to your users. So they can download, they can read the entire full-text paper, whether it is published in closed or open access. Or else you can go for...
They raised a query that do you have any control on downloads? Because once it is downloaded, then you are violating the rule of copyright. Is
no,
it so,
it's
sir?
not about violating the rule. No, I don't think it is not. It's not violation, because in copyright also we have fair use. So your students are accessing, or your students and faculties are only accessing that. They are downloading the full text and they are reading it. So I don't think there is any question or there is any complaint about that. And also we call it these kind of repositories as hybrid repositories, wherein some portions of the content is given full access and some content is in closed access or within the access of that premises. So that is possible. You can see IIT Bombay's institutional repository. Partially they have opened some collection for their institution within the campus. They can access on IP based access.
Thank you very much, sir.
I really appreciate your curiosity, because Madam is going to retire very soon. She attends all the programs and she makes it a point to ask question also. So I really salute her.
No, it's not a question. Means I had a doubt. That's why I have asked you the question. Thank you. Anybody else who wants to ask the question, please unmute yourself.
So we can go for further. We can move further. Madam Shakuntala.
Yes, ma'am. Participants,
Now-
please be with us for next 15 minutes. We will have a group photo, and after that there are certain small things which are very important from the point of view of this webinar. And at the end, there are very important announcements for participants. So please be with us for next 15 minutes. Now, I request all the participants to please on their cameras to have a group photo. And I request our student, Mr. Shishupal, to take the group photos in 3 sessions.
Wait for me. एक second. Kind photo. Stop. एक मिनट, it's a problem. 1 second.
Shushupal,
Yes, ma'am.
he's taking photos.
One second now. Thank you, Shishupal. We can go to further enrich today's event. I invite our respected principal in charge, Professor Dr. Sunena Kadle, to share her insights and remarks. Madam Sunena. Ma'am. Madam, unmute yourself, please.
A very good afternoon to one and all. As we come close to this today's enlightening webinar, it's my privilege to deliver the vote of thanks on behalf of the organizing team. First and foremost, I would like to extend our heartfelt gratitude to our esteemed resource person, Dr. Santosh Uglavalli sir, for sharing his valuable time, insights and expertise with us. Your thought-provoking presentation and in-depth knowledge has truly enriched the understanding of this subject, and we are incredibly grateful for your contribution. Sir, you mentioned about sharing and collaborating. And really today with this webinar, you have lived up to what you have said. Thank you so much for being with us. I have attended your orientation, when we do our orientation refresher, and it was actually a dream, to call us to our college. And nevertheless, online, you have come today, and I thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. I would like to thank the management of both the colleges, St. Teresa's Institute of Education and Srimati Surajba College of Education, for being always supportive in all the endeavors of the college. I would like to thank the principal in charge, Dr. Giselle D'Souza of St. Teresa's of College, Institute of Education, for being with us and always supporting us. And we together are taking a lot of programs ahead through this collaborative endeavor. A special thanks to both the librarians, Dr. Shakuntala Nigot and Dr. Pradnya Vosekar, who have been actually so busy in organizing this seminar, this webinar. Thank you so much. They have put in a lot of efforts, and they keep on delivering such good programs, which are beneficial to the teaching as well as the librarian faculty. To our participants, thank you for being with us. Without participants, a webinar is not successful. So thank you so much for all the enthusiasm, the questions which you have asked, and your presence has added energy to this webinar. Thank you once again. And we have learned a lot through this webinar, and we look forward to such webinars in future too. Stay safe and stay inspired. I'm sure all of us are going to be having a strong online presence henceforward. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you.